What does Air Tahiti Nui business class cost, and is it worth it? During spring break of 2023, we flew Air Tahiti Nui business class between LAX and Papeete. We were headed to Bora Bora, and this is my flight experience. Similar to my other Bora Bora videos, I'm sharing with you the cost and my thoughts on this carrier at the end of the video, so stay tuned. This incredible trip to Bora Bora started when we arrived at the LAX International Airport. Currently, Air Tahiti Nui is flying direct from LAX to Papeete. Papeete is the international airport at the main island of Tahiti. So if you wanted to go to Bora Bora or Moorea, you're gonna go to that airport. And Air Tahiti Nui is doing a quick direct flight that's only 8 hours between LAX and Papeete. Air Tahiti Nui also flies out of Seattle. The flight from Seattle flies down to LAX and then connects through to Tahiti. When we flew in March of 2023, there was a direct between Seattle and Papeete, and we actually took this flight back on our way home. Unfortunately for those in the Northwest, this flight is no longer available currently. They have recently updated their schedule through March 2024, and they are no longer doing the direct. Instead, they're flying through the LAX direct to Tahiti. And I include the link below so that you can go check out the flight schedule. This is a great flight plan because even if you don't live close to LAX, you can take a connection, as we did from the Sacramento airport, and make this late night flight. After our short flight between Sacramento and LAX, we headed to find the business class lounge for Air Tahiti Nui because we had business class tickets. Currently, Air Tahiti Nui is utilizing the Star Alliance business class lounge at the LAX airport. This lounge is found on the 6th floor. This lounge includes food, wine, an open bar, and places to sit and plug in your devices. They also have an outside area and showers. This lounge is decent and similar to other Star Alliance lounges I've used. I filmed other business class lounges and they're linked here in a playlist. Okay, so after we checked out the lounge, I really wanted to go and do some duty-free shopping, and I knew that there was an Hermes at the LAX airport, so we went down and checked it out so that I could do a little shopping spree. Down at Hermes, I got 2 pairs of sandals. It's always nice to get luxury goods tax-free. I want them both.
Sorry, what was that?
I want them both.
No.
I will 100% wear these with pride. I feel so blessed and excited to have these pairs for spring and summer, and I'm going to wear them to death.
Hey, I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, she wrapped them for us. I know, I'm such a dork. After my little shopping haul, we headed out to our flight. I'm not sure if this is normal, but the Air Tahiti Nui flight boarded an hour early and we were unaware and almost missed our flight. Keep in mind that the gate for Air Tahiti Nui is really far away and it's a long walk down the hallway, so you need to plan accordingly. Once we boarded, we were shown to our business class seats 3A and 3B. Because it was almost midnight, I laid my seat back and went to sleep quickly because I wanted to be fresh for when we landed at the International Papeete Airport the next day. We just arrived. It's dark outside this early. Don't worry, I filmed the entire flight back, so we're gonna get into it. If you've not seen my 4 Seasons Bora Bora video yet, make sure to check it out. In it, I share how hot and congested it was when we arrived at 5 a.m. at the Tahiti International Airport. The customs line took 3 hours because 3 other large flights from the Pacific coast landed simultaneously. I don't think this is normal, but be prepared because it could be a hot, sticky wait as you navigate customs. Of course, if the main island of Tahiti is your final destination, then you would just exit the airport after customs. If you're headed to Bora Bora like us or to any other outer island, you're going to grab your bags from customs and recheck them for an inner island flight. All boarding and deplaning happen on the tarmac, so when it's time for your outer island flight, you walk outside and jump into a little hopper plane. I love this little flight because you get a beautiful aerial view of many of the islands and of Bora Bora as you approach. In the 4 Seasons Bora Bora video, I explained that when you land at the Bora Bora airport, which is Bob, you check into the little kiosks that each little resort on Bora Bora have. You check there, they grab your bags, and then they put them on a boat and escort you over to the resort.
There'll be better days, and nothing that can pull us under.
So when our fabulous trip in Bora Bora was over,
Thank you very much for doing this fresh movie.
It was
Hope
amazing.
you enjoyed it.
We
Had
did.
good weather.
We will definitely be back.
we
It will
loved
be a
it.
pleasure.
It was absolutely amazing.
If you
Thank you.
enjoyed, that's the most important.
Thank you very much.
Have a safe back trip.
Bye-bye.
Give us parting lays, and we're on our way to the boat. We took a boat back that was arranged by the St. Regis back to the Bora Bora airport and for our connecting flight back to the main island of Tahiti. This is the check-in at the Bora Bora airport. It's so small. and you just get off the boat and then you get in line and they take your luggage and they shove it out this garage straight onto the plane. I kind of love it. We just landed in Papeete from Bora Bora and we're about to board the international flight on Tahiti Nui. We're flying business class from Tahiti to Seattle nonstop. At the Papeete airport, you need to collect your bags and recheck for your international flight. Bags are checked. Now we're headed to security.
Hello.
Hello.
Kimberly.
Yes, that's me. Hi.
Hello.
Oh, my bag. Okay. We're just getting our passport stamped and then we're going to go through. All right, so we just made it through security check and I did have a screwdriver on me. I carry a mini screwdriver for the GoPro. It's never been a problem before, but of course here they pulled it and said that it was a weapon, which granted, it does kind of look like a weapon. It could be used as a weapon. Obviously, I wasn't going to use it as a weapon, but that doesn't matter. And then they took my passport and made me sign something about carrying weapons. So now I'll probably never get global entry. After checking in and going through security, there is a large non-air conditioned area for waiting. However, since we had business class tickets, we looked around for the lounge and sure enough, we found it. It's upstairs. In the Air Tahiti Nui lounge at Papeete, you will find areas to sit, enjoy a snack from their food service area, and charge up your devices. There is also a bathroom for both genders found inside the lounge behind the food area. Not amazing, but honestly better than I thought it was going to be. I didn't even know if it was going to be open when we showed up at that door. I was like, this does not look normal. Then, of course, after the lounge, it was time to board our flight. What I love about the Air Tahiti Nui flight plan is that you get a full day on the day that you're coming to the islands or the day that you're leaving, because the flights leave at night and arrive early in the morning. This means that both ways to Tahiti from the west coast of the United States, you never waste a day because you fly during the night. Air Tahiti Nui has brand new 787-9 Dreamliners. The configuration is slightly different from the United Airlines Dreamliner, where the side seats are offset from one another. Rather, the Air Tahiti Nui flight has a 2-2-2 configuration, so your travel companion is next to you. This makes sense for a Tahiti vacation. Contrastly, on a United flight, the side seats are staggered, which makes sense for business travel. As you board the airplane, you are greeted by lovely Tahitian flight attendants and shown to your seat. The plane has Tahitian details throughout, which continues the island theme. On our return flight, we had seats 2A and 2B. Upon boarding, the flight crew is dressed in professional suiting attire. Then they change into a Tahitian wardrobe during the flight, continuing the French Polynesian touches. On arrival, you see that it's set up with your toiletry kit. You have a soft pillow and a blanket inside this bag. You have a water bottle. Right here is controls for the TV. This pops out to be your tray. Over here you have another area where you can store stuff, and you're also given headphones. I'm going to stick my headphones up here. Once you sit down, you can see you have your big monitor, you have a USB plug, and you have something to hold like your jacket or something if you were hanging something here. And then you can see that that is where your feet are going to go when the chair extends out for sleeping tonight. At the head of your seat, in between the two seats, you actually have another power situation. So this is where you can plug in a full-on cord for like your laptop if you need it, and another USB. Love it. 2 USBs and a full-on full power plug, which we love. And you could do a 3-prong, it looks like, as well. In business class, you get a toiletry bag. Here's what comes in your toiletry bag. You obviously get the bag. You get socks, a sleeping mask, skincare kit, which includes face wipes, a face cream, lip balm, and a hand cream. You get a brush, toothbrush, toothpaste, mouthwash, a pen, earplugs, and what really stood out to me was a Zeiss lens wipe that you could clean your devices with. Once seated, you are offered a drink of choice: champagne, juice, soda, and water. I then noticed that Air Tahiti Nui has an app that you can download and then pair your phone to use as the controller for your media. After takeoff and before dinner service, warm towels are brought to you. The menu just arrived, which is always interesting to me because, you know, I'm a food girl and I just want to know what I'm going to get to eat. Your seat includes a menu card that comes with dining options. I did find that if you are flying and you have babies, children, certain dietary concerns, religious eating practices, you can contact them 48 hours in advance of your flight, and they will make changes and help you modify your eating program on the flight. I really enjoyed that they used white tablecloths, napkins, heavy silverware, and ceramic dishes for their business class food service. Another carrier uses blue tablecloths, but I won't say who that is. For dinner this evening, I chose the shrimp with pea puree and the risotto with artichokes.
It's been a long time since I've actually really enjoyed airplane food. Like you guys, if you saw my United flight, you know that I hated it. This risotto with the artichokes on it, and big, nice artichokes and asparagus, it's actually really good. The shrimp was overcooked, but the pea puree with it was still good. The fruit is yummy. The pavlova is good. The bread is good, not over reheated the way it can happen. So I'm actually really happy with this food. This is why you need earplugs.
After dinner, I went to check out the bathroom.
So you come in, you've got a mirror, you've got hand soap, sink, trash, and here we've got the face cream, we've got a hand lotion, and we've got a facial mist. And you have a full length mirror here as well, and a baby changing table along with the toilet. So it's tight. You can see that it's pretty small. It looks pretty typical for this plane that I've been on before. It reminds me a lot of the United bathroom. But this is the typical size of bathroom on the Dreamliners.
After the bathroom, I returned to my seat, and guess what, you guys? It's time for some in-air skincare. I love packing a skincare routine for long flights. It's the perfect time to hydrate my skin, especially since flights can be incredibly drying. I used my Revive LED facial brush, my Ladora LED face wand, and I used a snail mucin sheet mask to help hydrate me. Following my skin routine, it's time for bed. As expected, the business class seat lays down, and you are given a pillow and a blanket for your comfort. Sleeping during a red eye is an incredible luxury. I feel very fortunate and grateful every time I get this experience. After sleeping for a few hours, I woke up and checked our flight course. We had over 3 hours until Seattle. I love this interactive feature that planes have that detail your route. Before breakfast, you are given another warm towel to freshen up. For breakfast, I chose French toast. It was surprisingly good because it was sitting all night and had to be reheated for breakfast that morning. After breakfast, I watched TV, and then we began our descent into Seattle. Remember how I said previously Seattle had a direct flight? Well, we took this direct flight from Tahiti to Seattle on our way home, and then we had to go to Sacramento. But now the schedule has changed and they're not offering this flight, which personally I would have preferred to fly back through LAX, but that flight wasn't being offered, or it was filled, or we couldn't get it. So we took the Seattle flight, which took longer to get home because it's 10 hours to Seattle and then the connection and then down to Sacramento. Whereas it's 8 hours to LAX and it's a tighter connection and a quicker flight to Sacramento from LAX. So for us, it's a better flight plan to use LAX. And I'm hopeful if Air Tahiti ever sees this video, they will bring a flight plan to the San Francisco airport. We need an SFO to Papeete, please. However, the benefit of stopping in Seattle on a Sunday morning, it was Easter actually when we landed back in Seattle, we were able to go into their customs and get global entry. So there was no one there. We got global entry in like 10 minutes. It was amazing. All right, so you've been extremely patient. What was the cost and would I fly them again? Obviously, airfare varies all the time and fluctuates. So I'm gonna give you these prices for spring break of 2023, and maybe it'll be the same in 2024. Maybe it'll be different. I don't know. Are you ready for it? Because it's a whopper, at least in my opinion. So our plane tickets from California to Bora Bora, round trip in business class, each cost $7,565. It's a lot, and we got two. So the total was $15,129. This is so much money, and it makes me, again, sick to look at these numbers. I'm really happy that we didn't spend that on like a United flight because I would have been super disappointed. Air Tahiti Nui definitely did a good job for the money. I just want to add that these tickets are by far the most expensive plane fares that we have ever purchased. And of course, it was certainly a luxury to fly to Tahiti in business class and sleep overnight and just have a fabulous time. I would absolutely fly Air Tahiti Nui again. I'm not sure if we would splurge on the business class tickets or not. It would just depend on the season and time. Next time, we definitely want to take our boys with us, which means we'll probably be back in coach, but that's also a win because then I can compare the business class ticket to the coach ticket and give you guys more information. Because I've flown a bunch of different carriers business class internationally, I wanted to give you a quick ranking of how I feel they fall out so far. 1 is being the best and 6 is being the worst. So Turkish Airlines is my number 1 still. Emirates is my number 2. Air Tahiti Nui is now number 3. Korean Air is number 4. Aeromexico is number 5. And United is number 6. And unfortunately, I've flown them the most. And here's a recent United Polaris video that I did flying United Air to Korea. Lastly, this video is no way sponsored by Air Tahiti Nui, but I found their planes, their crew, their food, their service exceptional, and I was very, very happy and I felt very fortunate to fly them. And I can't wait to fly them on our next trip to Tahiti. I hope you found this video informative and insightful as you're planning your vacation, and I'll see you guys on the next video.